This one here, we're just going to do a bunch of these. So simplify the following expressions. Okay, well, the first thing I want to do before I multiply this out here is I'm going to simplify the square root of 12, which I know is going to be 4 times 3. It'll be times root 6. And the square root of 4 is 2, so I can pull that 2 out, and there's a 3 there, so it'll be 6 root 3 multiplied by root 6. Now, when I multiply those together, okay, I multiply the coefficients together, so 6 times 1. And then 3 times 6, the radicand is going to give me 18. Well, 18 is 9 times 2. And the square root of 9 is 3, so I can pull a 3 out and make that 18 root 2. So there's my answer to that first one, 18 root 2. In the second one, I actually don't have the option to simplify there because I have 2 square roots of 3, and that is as simple as it's going to get. So what will happen here is I'll just multiply the root 3 by the 5, and we'll get 5 root 3. And then I'll multiply root 3 by root 3 to get root 9. And then I know that the square root of 9 is 3. And that's as simple as it's going to get because those are unlike terms. The one term has that root of 3 in it, and the second term doesn't. In question C, it's a sort of a similar sort of thing. There's really nothing for me to simplify right now, so I'm just going to multiply that root 3 through, which will get me negative 5 root 30. And then when I multiply the root 3 by the root 6, I'll get positive root 18. Now, there really isn't anything for me to do with root 30. There is no perfect square. That's a factor of 30. But there is in root 18. That's going to be 9 times 2. And the square root of 9 is 3. So then this becomes minus 5 root 30. Can't do anything with that. But plus 3 root 2. Now, D. Okay, D has got a little bit more going on with it because I've got a binomial multiplied by a binomial, so I'm going to have to do some distribution. So first thing, I'm going to take that 3 root 2 and distribute it to the 2 terms there. So 3 root 2 times 5 root 2 will be 15 root 4. 3 root 2 times minus negative root 14 is going to be negative 3 root 28. And then root 14 times 5 root 2 will be 5 root 28. I kind of like the fact that I've got some 2 root 28s there. And then root 14 times negative root 14 will be minus root 196. Okay, and I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, root 196. Now I can do some simplifying here. First of all, the square root of 4 is 2, so 15 times 2 will be 30. Then I've got minus root 28 plus 5 root 28. So that's actually going to be plus 2 root 28. Now I'm not quite done there because 28 can actually be simplified, not a lot, but I can make that 4 times 7. And I know that 4 has a square root, nice square root. And then over here, that root 196, well, I know that that's going to be 14. In order to get the 196, I multiplied 14 by 14. So now when I pull that all out here, put that together, 30 minus 14 is going to be 16. And if I pull the 2 out of there because of that root 4, that's going to be 4 root 7 left over. Now we got a couple more here. Same sort of thing with these two here. I've got a little bit of distribution to do. So negative 2 root 3 times root 3 is going to be negative 2 root 9. And then negative 2 root 3 times negative 5 will be positive 10 root 3. And then I distribute the second term here. So 2 times root 3 will be 2 root 3. And I like the fact that I got the 2 root 3's there. And then 2 times negative 5 is going to be negative 10. Now, that 9, the square root of 9 is 3. So this becomes minus 6. And then I can put the 2 root 3 terms together. I've got 10 root 3's and 2 root 3's. That's 12 root 3. And then a minus 10 at the end. And when I put that all together, I'm going to get 12 root 3 and then minus 16. And now finally, the last thing I want to do is multiply this out here. This is going to give me 3 root 4 plus 9 root 10r plus root 10 plus 3 root 25r. Now there's actually not a lot I can do there. That root 4 becomes a 2, so it's going to be 6 plus 9 root 10r, can't do much with that, plus the root 10, can't do much with that, but there is a square root of 25 there, and I can pull that out, and it becomes 15 root r. And actually, that is as good as it gets. That is 6 plus 9 root 10r plus root 10 plus 15 root r.